I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, clinical nurse specialist and yoga teacher. And this evening, we are going to start our practice in a reclined position. And we're going to think about that phrase, letting go. So please unwind your body onto the floor. And if you've come from a lot of busyness, take a moment to just really settle the body and feel the weight of the body. And your feet may be extended or your knees up, whichever is more comfortable for you. Take a nice full breath in. And on the exhale, feel the weight of the body landing. Just focusing on breath and body. If you would know a little peace, let go a little. If you would know a lot of peace, let go a lot. And if you would know complete peace, let go completely. Letting go. Another full breath in. And then exhaling, releasing, drawing the navel in towards the spine. See if you can let your foot off the gas a little. Be more present. Continuing that deeper breathing. More complete exhales. And then turn your attention to listening. Perhaps hearing the sounds in the room or my words. Nothing to do with listening. The sounds come to you. At the end of the next exhale, let your listening come inside the body. Listening to the way you're feeling or experiencing this moment. And the body speaks, but not in words. But perhaps you can find a name for what you notice. And this is a practice, so it may not be easy for you. Viktor Frankl talked about stimulus and response. These emotions, these feelings, they are like a stimulus, and then our behavior is a response. And the greater the distance between the stimulus and the response, the more freedom we have, the more mental well-being we have. So just noticing your experience and bringing kindness to it. Another full breath in, lengthening the spine, and exhaling. And then setting your intention for your practice this evening. And then slowly bring the knees in towards the chest. Rock a little bit left and right. Let the arms come out into a T or into cactus, and let the shins be up in tabletop. Knees right over the hips. Gently let both knees fall over to the right. And then coming back through center, off to the left, back and forth. Breathing. On the third time, let the knees come all the way down to the mat if that's comfortable for you. Taking your gaze in the opposite direction of the knees. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring the knees back up through center. And over to the other side and back and forth 2 or 3 times. And then letting both knees fall completely off to the opposite side and your gaze over to the other side. Big breath in and release. And then gently bring the knees back into tabletop. We'll take a block and place it between the knees, giving it a little squeeze, and then cage the ears. I'm going to start with a little core practice here. So lift your elbows up a little bit and notice the small of the back. We'll push the back down towards the earth as we lift the elbows. So exhale and push the small of the back down as you lift your elbows up. Inhale back and exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, push that small of the back down, lifting the elbows. Inhale back. 3 more times. Inhale. Twice. And once more. And release. Now we've got a fun one where we'll put our feet up into the sky, kind of in a high heel or Barbie position, where you're pushed through the balls of the feet. Bring your arms alongside your body so you can press into the mat. And what we'll do is we'll lift up our bottoms. So inhale here, exhale as you lift. Inhale as you reach them forward, exhale, lift. Press your hands into the mat. One more time. And roll on over, hands and knees. We'll come on to our cat-cow position. Place your hands underneath the shoulder points, knees underneath the hips, and begin to find that spine of yours, moving it up and down, letting it lubricate a bit. We call this cat-cow. Inhale into Bittilasana or cow posture. Exhale, Marjariasana. This is a posture or a combination of postures I use very often if my back is feeling at all touchy. Okay, drop a block between your heels and then sit back onto your block and just take a moment to notice the length of the neck. Drop the chin towards the chest and roll out the back of the neck, lengthening and comforting it. And then begin to swim your shoulders as you raise the crown, warming up your shoulders, letting those elbows reach back. And scoop the arms up. Big scoop. Hands high, coming to Namaste. Couple more times. Exhale back to the heart. Scoop those thumbs back and wide. Ganesh Mudra, shoulders, elbows up at the level of the shoulders. Slowly draw the hands down, pulling the elbows out and the blades together as you come down. And then drop the right hand on the inside of the knee and sweep the other arm open, getting a spinal twist. Flip the grip on Ganesh. Hands high, exhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Left hand to the inside of the left knee and spinal twist to the right. Inhale back to center, Ganesh Mudra. Exhale, draw it down. Drop the hand and rotate it open. There we go. Nice. Flip and pull those shoulders down. Sweep it open. And release. Set your block off to the side. We'll come into table now. So bring your hands underneath those shoulder points. Very important posture for the back. Feel that flatness of the back. Push that right heel back, left thumb to sky. Feel a little lift in the thumb and the heel. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Lift and lengthen. Then sweep that hand back to capture the foot if that's available to you. This is crossbow. Draw the foot up, squeeze the glutes so that you have a little protection around the low back. Press the foot into the hand into the foot. Breathing. And then gently releasing, hand comes down, ball of the foot comes down. Let's take our calf stretch. Push that heel back, lengthening that heel on the sole of the foot. Knee comes down, we'll take it on the other side. Push the left heel back, the right thumb to the sky. Inhale, lift, and release. Inhale, lift, and lengthen. Inhale, lift, and lengthen. And then as you sweep back, grabbing that foot, if it's available to you, this is an option. Taking that crossbow. A little trickier to maintain your balance. Hold the focus point and breathe. Gently release the hand to the mat. The ball of the foot comes down. Calf stretch, sole stretch. Bring the hands one handprint forward, drop the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, lift the heart, modified up dog. Exhale, push the hips back towards child's pose. Keep the hands where they are. Inhale, float it forward to a plank, tuck the toes. Exhale, push to down dog. Your feet and your hands are pretty much in lanes of traffic like railroad tracks. Inhale forward, drop the knees, push back towards child. Inhale forward, lift the heart, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, child. Forward to plank, breathing. Exhale, dog, down dog. Inhale, plank. Drop the knees, child. Inhale forward, modified up dog. And we'll move forward now. Drop the hips back to child. Plank and down dog. And pausing in down dog as you pedal out the backs of the legs. And then option to sway the hips left and right, lengthening the side body a bit. And then drop your ears between the biceps. Let the inner thighs spin a bit towards the back wall. Down dog is another one of those powerful base poses. Walk the hands towards the feet or the feet towards the hands, whichever is better for you. Inhale to a half lift. Feel the spine lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms back. Tall mountain, squeeze the glutes and release. Beautiful. Let's take a little bit of fun here on our mat as we explore crescent moon and some variations on that. So you're going to take your one foot and put it behind the other, and then your hands will reach up and reach towards that back foot. Enjoy that side stretch there. Breathe into the ribs and release. Switch to the other side. Bring the foot behind and the hands go off to that side. Now we'll do it again. So just step, step, stretch. Step, step, stretch. One more time. Step, step behind and stretch. Step, step, stretch. Now we're going to bring our hands to our hips and we're going to extend the legs a little further. So step and then step a little further. So you get a little further behind you. You might bring your hand to your knee or just keep it on the hips. And then switch and step. Switch and step. switch and step. And now I'm going to encourage you to possibly come even a little lower. You might use a block here and just use the block to say, oh, that's how low I can go. Or you can also just let your hand come down to the mat. Okay? So step up and down. And step up and down. Step up and down. Step up and down. Once more, each side. And reaching back with that foot. Nice job. Okay, give your body a little bit of a shake if any tension starts to grow. Okay? All right, let's find our way into our flow. Come to the top of your mat and let your feet settle in mountain. So your feet are parallel to the long edge of the mat. Take a big breath in and release. Inhale, sweep those arms tall. Exhale, folding at the hips, flat back. And forward fold. Inhale, a half lift. And fold, stepping back on the right, bring that knee down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, low lunge. The hips sink forward a bit. Exhale, frame the foot and walk the hips back towards a hurdler stretch. A little more intensity on the back of the calf. Then walk your hands forward, tuck the back toes, leave the right hand down, and let the left hand reach forward. Like you're almost shooting from your back heel right through the fingertips on the left. Then sweep it up to dragonfly twist. The left hand reaches up to the sky. And then bring it so that it reaches behind you and your gaze goes with it. And then sweep it down to the mat. Step back for your plank. Take your flow here. Knees, chest and chin. Inhale, roll the heart up. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right foot up, bend the knees, stack the hips. Exhale, we'll take a pigeon. Bring that right knee behind the right wrist. You know I like to use my block here. Slide the shin forward. Keep the ankle flexed. And breathe into that outer hip stretch here. Just feeling the breath and the stretch. Always backing away from pain. Exploring that stretch a bit. Slide the shin back a bit. Set the block aside. Frame out the feet. Let the hands, let the right foot go back up to the sky for a couple circles and exhale. Bring it forward between the hands. With the next breath, step to forward fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. Tall mountain and release. Empty coat sleeves and we'll take that flow on the other side. So finding your mountain if you've moved away from it a bit. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Touch the earth. Inhale, half lift. Feel the spine reach long. Exhale, fold and step back on the left. The left knee comes down. We'll take a low lunge here. Let the hips come forward. The arms up. The heart lifts a bit. Bring the hands down to frame the foot. Draw that right hip back, the toes back. Get a good stretch in the back of the leg. Walk the hands forward. Plant the left hand down, tuck the back toes. Reach that right arm forward. Then sweep it up to the sky, dragonfly twist. Reach it out behind you with the gaze. Bring it to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Taking your plank here, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, roll the heart up. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale, raise the left foot, stack the hips, bend the knee, fire hydrant. Exhale, bring the left knee behind the left wrist. I put my hand on a block and slide that shin forward, flexed ankle. Option to tuck the back toes, bring that stretch and the intensity to the outer left hip, breathing. One more breath here. Then slide that shin back a bit, frame out your hands, and push the left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. On the exhale, step it forward between the hands. With the next exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Inhale, sweep your hands back, squeeze the glutes, rise, tall mountain, and release. Releasing just a little bit of tension in your body as you take those postures. And then we'll settle into another sun salutation. So that was sun salutation C, and we'll take sun salutation B. Sorry, Namaskara B. Okay, finding your mountain posture. Take a cycle of breath or two. Sun salutation begins with a chair, so reach your hands a little behind you and then sweep into your chair posture. Lift the heart, feel the heels landing in the mat, pressing away from each other. A breath or two here. And then think of having ski poles, and then plant your ski poles and push them behind you. Arms reach back. Inhale up. Exhale, plant and pull. One more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale a halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back for your plank. Now you can take your regular flow, or you can do chaturanga, high to low push-up here. And then follow with up dog. Toes are untucked, you're on the tops of your feet. Lifting the heart. Tuck your toes and push to down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. You're in that runner's lunge. Keep that right hand down. Left hand reaches forward, up to the sky, back behind you. And now as it passes the foot, we're rising crescent lunge. 2 lanes of traffic, the back heel is lifted. Hold a focus point. Breathe into the low belly and exhale. Coming to warrior 2. Drop the back heel, toes come out at 3 o'clock, and your arms float out parallel to the earth. Take a moment to notice the footing. Make sure the front knee is right over the ankle. The feet are pushed apart. Strong legs, soft, gentle smile on the inside of the heart and the face. Reverse warrior. Turn that left hand up to the sky, right hand back down towards the earth. Breathing. Engage the pelvic floor and the abdomen, all those core muscles with the exhale. Slowly floating back, warrior 2. 2 or 3 breaths here. Gently let the elbow land on the knee. And sweep on over for extended side angle, that top arm up over the ear. 2 or 3 breaths here, engaging that pelvic floor again. Keep those core muscles strong. Float it back to warrior 2. Slowly straighten that front knee. Turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Star posture. Roll the thumbs back, open the heart. Feel the bigness of your posture, stretching out, opening up. I was hearing that as we get older, we tend to shrink in. So create that bigness, that largeness. Take up some space. Let your heels be out a little bit more than the toes. We're going to take our hands on the top of the hip crease, press into the hips, lengthen out the spine as you slowly fold towards the earth. Coming into that straddle fold. Nodding the head yes, and then side to side. Walk both hands towards the back foot, turn those towards the short edge of the mat and take a block on the inside here. And we'll just let the hips lower a little bit. Keep the elbow on the inside of the knee to support that as you're taking that inner thigh stretch. Side lunge. 2 or 3 breaths here. And when you're ready, lifting the hips a little bit, walk towards the other foot, the one at the top of the mat, turn it towards the top of the mat, and take your side lunge on this side. Lower the hips, stretch through that inner thigh, and breathe. And then set the block aside. Frame that front foot and step back for a float. So we'll take knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes and push to down dog. Take a breath or 2 in down dog. And then we'll move these postures to the other side. Inhale that right foot up. And step it forward between the hands. Leave the left hand down. Reach the right arm forward. Inhale it up to the sky. Out behind you. And then rotate it all the way up, crescent lunge. Back foot is lifted. Feet pressed apart. Use those exhales to really engage the core. Drop the back heel so that the toes on the back aim towards 9 o'clock and open into your warrior 2. On your warrior 2 posture, your feet are in one lane of traffic. The front heel intersects the back arch. Take a moment to notice if your shoulders are crawling up towards your ears and see if you can let them go just a bit. Breathing, letting that breath come all the way down into the belly. Proud or reverse warrior. One hand to the sky, one to the earth. Keep drawing the back kneecap up. Back to warrior 2. Two or three breaths here. Settling your attention in your body, letting that elbow come to the knee and the top hand reach over the ear. Extended side angle, breathing. Feel that energy in your core. Another big breath in and release. Back up to warrior 2. Feel those fingertips being drawn to infinity in both directions. Straighten that front knee and that front hip, drawn back. Turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Find your star posture. Roll your thumbs back, open the heart. Interlace the hands behind the sacrum, draw them down, and feel that broadening across the front of the chest. So much of the day, our shoulders are rolling forward with that tension as we're focused on something on a screen. Just roll your shoulders back and open. Taking your hands along the outside of the thighs, slowly fold yourself forward. When the hands reach down towards the calves or ankles, soften the elbows a bit. Let the hips, the tailbone reach back. And gently tug on the hands as the heart comes towards the earth, lengthening out through the back of the legs. Let the neck soften. Breathing with this stretch. Plant the hands underneath your gaze. You can put a fist right underneath your gaze and then draw your bow and bring that arm up into the sky, rotating the heart to the side. Straddle fold twist. Slowly let that hand come down. Put that fist into the earth and draw your bow on the other side. As a yogi, we always try and balance it out, keeping the body as symmetrical as we can. Bring the hands down and walk both hands to the top of the mat. Step that right foot back to meet the left. And take a flow here, knees just chin or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. 2 to 3 breaths here in your down dog. Always an option to go to child's pose. Taking a moment to revisit your intention here. Keeping your practice true to you. On the inhale, looking between your thumbs, and on the exhale, stepping forward. Coming to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Soften the hips and knees, reach behind you, and sweep up into your chair. Lifting the heart, breathing. Push through the heels and rise and release. Beautiful. Okay, how does the body feel? The shoulders, the hips, knees, the heart. Take a moment to do a little gentle movement, perhaps shaking out a limb or two. Let the muscles just let go a bit. And then let's come back to our mountain posture. We have another flow in us? I think we do. All right, we will include a warrior 3 in this one. So if you'd like to have something nearby to aid your balance, this is a great time to take a chair or some other piece of furniture that's going to help you with your balance. Or you can always skip that posture too, whatever works for you. Remember, this is your practice, and it is a practice, not a perfect. Finding a moment to let your heels sink into the earth. The breath get big in the body. The spine stretches up with the inhale. And the shoulders drop down with the exhale. Reach the hands a little behind you and then come back into your chair posture. Chair is also known as Utkatasana, or difficult pose. So it can really challenge the legs, the core, the shoulders. Breathing with this posture. With the next exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold and step out to your plank. Taking a flow here, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then coming to our down dog. Float your left foot up. On the exhale, step it forward between the hands. Keeping that right hand down, bring the left hand forward. Sweep it up to the sky, back behind you. And then forward again, taking a block to the inside of that left foot. Let the hips sink as you gaze forward in this runner's lunge with a little offsetting of your weight onto the block. Exhale, draw it back for pyramid. On pyramid, you want to draw that left hip way back so you get a good stretch in the back of that leg, but might want to keep a little micro bend in that front knee. Inhale it forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, draw it back. Let your heart come down towards the knee a bit. Inhale forward, runner's lunge. And one more time back. Now here we're going to climb up towards our warrior three. We'll start in an airplane with our hands behind us, floating that back foot if you'd like to. Then bring the hands forward to cactus and warrior three if that works for you tonight, and a breath here. Stepping back, and let the left foot come back as well. We're in our plank. Take or skip flow here. On the exhale, down dog. We all meet here. And then we'll take those moves on the other side. Inhale that right foot up. Exhale, bring it between the hands. The left hand stays down, the right hand reaches forward. Let it come up to the sky and dragonfly twist, reaching out behind you. And then down alongside the right foot. Bring the block to the inside of that foot. We'll take our runner's lunge on this side. Exhale, draw that right hip back. Feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Bringing your attention into your legs. The stretch in the back of the thigh. Caring for the knee with a little micro bend. The footing, the 2 feet in 2 lanes of traffic. Runner's lunge and pyramid. On pyramid, dropping both heels towards the mat. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And then when you're ready, we're going to come on up into that airplane posture, balanced on that front foot. See, it's good to have my little table there. Reaching back with the hands, floating that back heel up if you'd like. Hands forward to cactus and out to warrior three, breathing and stepping back with the left foot followed by the right. I think all that stretching on the leg makes it a little more tired when it comes time to do warrior three. Taking a flow here and exhale into down dog. 2 to 3 breaths here. You can really the breath out. Letting go of some of that tension there. Inhale, looking between the thumbs, and on the exhale, stepping or hopping to the front of your mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And release. We didn't come through chair, but we could have. Let go with a little bit of empty coat sleeves or a good shake. And then find your way down onto your mat in a seated posture. Bring your feet out in front of you. Dandasana style. Draw the toes back a bit. Bring your hands alongside of you and lengthen up your spine. Your hips may float just a little bit depending on the length of your arms. Then soften your right leg just a little bit. Reach the left hand to the outside of the right leg and the right hand behind you. Soften your right knee. Reach your right hand to the outside of your left leg and your left hand behind you. Rotate the heart off to the side a little bit as you straighten that leg. If you'd like to reach all the way to the bottom of the foot, that's fine too. Breath in and release. And then gently softening and switching sides. A little bend in that left leg. Take the left hand to the outside of the right leg. The right hand behind you, lifting up the spine and rotating towards the right. Breathing and twisting. And then softening. Then we'll move to half Lord of the Fishes. So taking your left leg and letting it step over the right knee, draw the heart up. And then lengthen up through your right arm as the elbow comes over the knee or next to the knee. And then that left hand comes behind the left hip. Lengthen up through your spine and gently twist off to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, deepen the twist. Bringing it out a bit. And gently unwind. Taking it to the other side. Bringing that right leg across the left knee. Draw the heart up. Lengthen up through your left arm. Elbow across the knee. The right hand behind the hip. Draw the toes back on your left foot. Lengthen through the spine and on the exhale, twist. Inhale again. And exhale, twisting. Wringing it out. And gently releasing. Okay, unwind yourself. Let's come to the mat. Reach your arms forward and gently unwind the spine. Coming down on the mat. We'll let the right leg go long. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. You might rock it a little bit left and right. And then when you're ready, start to walk your hands up the back of that left leg. Taking a bit of a hamstring stretch there. And then let the left ankle come across the right knee. And just use your hands to press that left knee away as you flex the ankle. And that might be enough. Another option is to take that left heel into the left hand, kind of rocking that almost like a baby. Or taking eye of the needle, leaving that ankle over the knee, hands behind the right thigh, drawing it forward towards you. You rock a little bit left and right. Keep the ankle flexed on the left foot. Stretch is in the outer left hip. And then gently releasing and taking the moves on the other side. Now draw the right heel in. And walk yourself up the back of that right leg. You can let the left heel go long. option to bring your nose up towards the knee. And then when you're ready, bringing that left ankle across the knee. Sorry, the right ankle across the left knee. And press into that right thigh, pushing it away. Flexing the right ankle. Slide your hands behind the thigh, the left thigh. Let the right elbow go into the right thigh. Keep that right ankle flexed. And draw your left knee in towards you, getting a bit of a stretch in the outer right hip. And rock a little bit left and right. The further I go to the left, that's where the intensity goes into the stretch. And gently releasing. Then find your block. We'll move 2 legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. So lift your hips up, slide a block underneath your hips. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Let the heels float up. Take some ankle circles. Nice big breath in. And exhale. And then if it feels okay for you, let the heels drift apart into an inner thigh stretch. Breathing. Reaching more for the corners of the room. With the next exhale, let the heels come closer together. And the knees come down towards the chest. Slide your hands between the knees, maybe taking the big toes or the ankles for a moment of happy baby. Let the knees be spread out. And then releasing the big toes. Let the heels come down towards the earth and the soles of the feet come together as the knees drift apart a bit. And just rock your hips left and right. And the arms can go into cactus. Breathing. And then let the knees lift, right? Place some weight into the heels. Let the hips come off the block. And return your hips down to the mat. Take both knees into the hands and draw some circles on your back. First in one direction and then the other. Slide the hands down to the shins, letting the knees fall apart just a little bit as the elbows come out to catch you. Rocking left and right. And then releasing the feet, letting the arms come into cactus or a T. Bring your shins back into tabletop. Actually, I'm going to like my hands alongside my body here as I let the knees float a little bit to the left and to the right, like we did at the beginning of the practice. Left and right with the knees. Breathing. And then letting both knees fall off to the right. Reach your left hand behind you with your gaze. Take a big breath in this long spinal twist. And soften and release the breath. One more breath here. And release. Slide the hand underneath the knee. Bring yourself up to center. Arms out in that T and support yourself as you go left and right with the knees again. Just massaging the back a little, tiny bit of core engagement. And then we'll let both knees come off to the left. And as we do that, look over to the right hand that reaches out behind us. Big breath in and release. And if your hand doesn't quite come down to the mat, you can also fold it in with it landing on your ribs. Breathing and releasing. And slide your left hand underneath the left knee. Come back through center. We'll begin to enter our Shavasana posture. So let your arms and legs come just a little bit away from the center of your body. Extending yourself out in all directions. Taking up all the space you need. Take a nice full breath in. And a slow, long exhale. Again, a nice full breath in. On the exhale, letting the shoulders drift away from the ears and the body grow heavy. Continuing this deeper breathing. Letting the right arm be heavy. The elbow and the forearm. And on through the fingertips. Another breath in. And exhale from the left shoulder and left elbow, wrist and fingertips. Letting the arms be heavy. Noticing the back of the head resting against the earth. And the face softening. And the eyes like pools of water. Noticing your ears and your hearing. The sounds coming to you and nothing to do. No place to go. The neck be free and long. The breath filling the chest, rising and falling like the waves of the ocean. Resting your attention now on the breath. Beginning to deepen your breath a bit. Finding gentle movement or stillness, whatever is right for you. lengthening out in a bit of a stretch. And when you're ready, bringing your knees towards your chest, rocking a little left and right to comfort the low back. And when you're ready, come to a seated posture to close our practice time together. Bringing your hands to heart center. The light and life in me honors and sees the light and life in you. May you know peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining me for this evening practice. I hope you take a little bit of what you've had here on the mat into your week. It's always wonderful to connect with you.